it's tax time is around the corner.
Yes.
Right? There's not much you can do to change what your tax liability is going to be for 2024. But there's a couple things to keep in mind. One, if you have not yet filed your taxes, you might just want to file an extension. Right?
Correct.
Because we've got essentially 2 weeks until our taxes are due. If you find an accountant, like they're all busy. If you're in process, maybe they get it.
I wouldn't hire an accountant that would take me on as a client right now.
Well, hopefully you already have a relationship with one.
Okay, yes.
And if not, you might be able to hire someone who can just do an extension. But instead of cramming to get it done,
Just
there's nothing
file an
wrong.
extension. Just make an estimated tax payment.
As your financial life becomes more complicated, there are times when it's virtually impossible because you might be waiting for a K-1 from some partnership or whatnot. So, but the second thing is there's still an opportunity for IRA contributions. If you qualify for a Roth, you can set up a Roth. You can do a Roth for your children. I've got a 17-year-old that has a job. She made some wages last year.
Earned income.
Yeah. So I'm doing a Roth contribution. Actually, just did the paperwork a couple weeks ago. Set up a Roth for her, making a contribution on her behalf, and do her Roth IRA. If you have grandkids, you can do the same thing. They have to have some wage income, some earned income. Babysitter stuff's not going to work because it has to be reported. Technically, they're supposed to report the babysitter wages, but I don't think anyone actually does.
Yes.
And I hope the IRS doesn't start harassing 14-year-old teenage girls.
Yes. And what else could you do?
You can do a backdoor Roth if you don't have any other IRAs. You can essentially do a non-deductible IRA, and then the day afterwards convert it to a Roth.
Yes.
And if
you can fund a SEP.
You can fund a SEP. You can file an extension and fund if you own a business, file your SEP IRA as late as the time you actually file your tax return. It can push it out to October 15th. And same thing with if you've got a cash balance plan or another type of pension plan that was established prior to December 31st of last year.
Had to be established.
Or a solo K.
Had to be established.
You can fund that up until the time you file your extension. So right there alone might be a reason for you to file your extension.
The solo K had to be established in 2024.
So you still have a few things.
Yeah, and remember, it's the best time to actually do tax planning is at the same time you're doing tax preparation. Because you could ask your preparer, what should I have done?
Well, that's, Pat, so I tend to file, October 15th is the deadline. I'm usually filing October 10th. Okay.
Right there, yes.
Somewhere right in there. It doesn't mean I ignore it. I mean, because to your point, the tax planning is an ongoing thing.
Tax planning is actually where the best decisions are made.
Throughout the year.
But the easiest thing to do if you're doing your own taxes is ask yourself, what did I miss out on I should have done when you're preparing your taxes? Or if you're using an accountant or an enrolled agent, is ask them, what should I have done that I didn't do? And then do it.
Yeah, and you're going to have a better experience talking with your accountant, not on April 13th.
Yes.
When they're all pulling their hair out, trying to figure out how they're going to get all stuff done.
Oh, we watch these accountants in our office. Because we have a tax preparation business, and they're just...
I was just walking into the hall, and there's one of our tax directors, another one of our accountants, and they're chatting, and I almost teased them, like, what are you guys doing talking here? Get back to work. But I thought that they might not take it well. But I said, how are you guys surviving? And I said, my guess is every tax season you question why you chose this career. She says, that's exactly what happens every tax season. Kind of like as a financial advisor, every time there's a pullback in the markets, not a short-term one.
Yeah.
But look, these markets, a pullback can last much longer than days, weeks, months, years.
It's hard to stay. Longer they go, the harder it is to stay invested.
As long as you've got your money that's in stocks is designed for 5+ years, there's nothing for you to worry